when I started playing games, I was basically an RPG kid. I played a lot of the Squaresoft games, and you know when you play RPGs, it takes hours and hours. It's pretty old RPGs, they, I don't know, 80, 100 hours, you know, because it's such a complex story, and there's such good music that builds the atmosphere. And so growing up, all these things are kind of in the subconscious, and this is all before I started playing music. And later on, when I started writing on for guitar, I realized that a lot of these kind of melodies and chords and atmospheres were a huge influence in my playing. So there's that when I started writing instrumental guitar music. But later on, when I was in the U.S., when I was doing my master's, I was part of a band run by a friend of mine, a trombone player, and we played video game music. We gigged in San Francisco and in San Jose and played stuff from Dr. Mario, from like all this different kind of video game stuff. And I played electric guitar. It was drums, electric guitar, bass, saxophone, and trombone. Really interesting. Later on, when I came back here, I started playing with the Malaysian Philharmonic Orchestra, which was amazing because you get to play with all these world-class musicians. And then one fine day, I got a call asking me whether I could play as the classical guitar soloist for Final Fantasy Distant Worlds. The conductor Arnie Roth was coming from the US, and they were looking for a classical guitar soloist. I obviously said yes. And you know, it was a long process of basically trying to get that opportunity, but it was such a beautiful experience. You know, 3 nights, full house in attendance, and playing Dear Friends, Vamos a la Flamenco. Such a beautiful experience, and that led me to start doing solo guitar performances, playing video game music from Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy, and I played at Comic Fiesta, which is a huge event in Kuala Lumpur, huge audience. And then last year I played at Game Start 2016, which is the biggest gaming event in Singapore, you know, playing solo guitar. And even collaborated with Rikali, a singer there as well. So, and also last year, because I already performed with the MPO that first time when Final Fantasy was here, for the Southeast Asian premiere of Final Fantasy A New World, intimate music from Final Fantasy, the chamber music thing, because I already worked with Arnie, he wanted me in for this one last year, and that was beautiful. You know, I got paid to play classical guitar and ukulele, playing video game music. So it's the best kind of job ever. And for me, because I grew up spending hours and hours gaming, I feel that, you know, it's a kind of a combination of my childhood along with kind of my passion of playing music, and I get to play with the Malaysian Philharmonic Orchestra. You know, it's like, so who would have known those hours of gaming and just being immersed in this amazing fantasy world, very creatively woven stories and music. You know,
we won't tell you already.
Tell you already.
See you other days.
See you, man. Take care. Just being in this amazing world as a kid, and then being in another amazing world, almost like a fantasy by itself, being in the orchestra, performing to a full house, and playing this video game music here in Singapore, you know, at Comic Fiesta. Even when I was in Hong Kong, you know, my recent concert in Hong Kong in December, I played some video game music as well. So it's like, it's taking me places and giving me a lot of opportunities.